So we are Family Source Consultants, a full-service surrogacy and egg donation agency. Headquarters are right here in Chicago, and we also have offices in Miami, Dallas, and San Diego. I have up here with us Mariana Martinez, who is the director of our Spanish program, and we also have Denise up here, who's our surrogate support and who has been a surrogate. So we have a team that is, built of the founders are previous intended mothers that started the agency after going through their journeys, and most of us have either then been a surrogate. I've been an egg donor previously, and a few of our other program coordinators have been surrogates. So, basically the process, how it works with us is you would sign up with our surrogacy program, and there's typically a wait to be matched with a surrogate. About 4 to 6 months is pretty average, based on some of your criteria that you're looking for within a surrogate candidate. It's mutual matching, so your profile would be shared with the surrogate, and her profile then shared with you. And if you are interested and would like to move forward, then we facilitate the match meeting. We recommend typically to sign up with a surrogacy agency while you are working on selecting an egg donor and getting started with a fertility center, so that you are, working on creating your embryos while waiting to be matched with a surrogate. Our egg donor database is on our website that you are provided login information, username and password, and can see all of our donor profiles and browse through at your convenience. And if you find a donor that you're interested in, would let myself know, and then we get that process started with the donor. We do offer open as well as anonymous egg donations, so you do have the option to meet your donor, correspond via email, speak with her, whatever you might be looking for within that side of it, but it can also be anonymous if you prefer. I don't know if anyone has questions for us. No?
Do people prefer anonymous or not anonymous?
I definitely see a good mix of both. As far as from the donor's side, most donors are open to either and would like to follow what the intended parents are looking for. Very rarely do we have a donor that is more strict on saying she would really only do it if it were anonymous or only do it if it were open. So that is often leaving it then to be your decision if you want to have that contact with her or not. In my experience, when I was an egg donor, I did one open, and I've also done anonymous. So, when I meet with all of our donors and do the interview, I talk about my personal experience and just kind of the difference of it, because it's somewhat difficult to, I think, know in advance what you might want until you get to that point of being presented with a potential match. So I like to leave it open until you get to that point.
I'd like to add to that.
Yeah.
I'm also a former intended parent. I came to Family Source because I needed an egg donor. And one of the reasons, oh, I'm going to be amplified now. One of the reasons I chose Family Source, because at the time, they're the only agency that would allow you to meet your donor. A lot of the other agencies were anonymous, and I wanted to meet the person who was giving me her eggs. So I have a very open, close relationship, and that was just the way I wanted to go with it. So I just wanted to add that to it. I have this back.
Do you have any question?
What are the range of services you provide in terms of the matching and getting psychological screening or medical screening or the legal side, or like what's referred
Everything.
to by you and what do you actually provide?
So we refer to mental health professionals for the psychological evaluation, and we refer to attorneys for the legal portion. So we don't have those on staff, but we have relationships with many of them to make those referrals for the donor, the surrogate, and you as the intended parent. Think of anything else that you guys should know. I'm sure you're kind of fried at this point. We find it really important to, I remember them saying a few times on the panel yesterday that a lot of the process is trusting your gut. And we, firmly believe in that. So whether that be from, selecting your agency or your clinic or when you find a donor, a lot of those decisions just will feel right, when you found the right one. And every decision is so equally important that it, they all take just as much thought really behind them to, make those choices as you get to all the different steps. But, we really, help with all of the steps along the way from start to finish. With both, again, the donor or the surrogate. Oftentimes intended parents may not find an egg donor within our database, which is fine. If you still sign up with us, on the surrogacy side and find a donor elsewhere, that's perfectly fine. So that's, because there's a lot of databases out there and a lot of profiles to look at. So if the donor's not with us, that's okay. And if it is, that's great.
What most common questions that people usually ask you?
Matching time is, I would say, the most common question. The financials.
And what should they ask instead?
Oh gosh, what should they ask? That's a good question because it really does help you decide when to start. As again, we recommend, selecting the agency while you're, getting started with the clinic and choosing a donor. So you kind of, work backwards a little bit to think of when to take that step of really starting the journey. So I think the, time frame definitely is very important. The relationship with the surrogate is a huge part of the matching process as well, not only during the journey, but after. And so that's one of the important factors that we want to make sure you and the surrogate are on the same page about, that everyone's expectations, match up. And it's part of the match meeting. You would, discuss that with her. You'd be able to read on her profile what she's looking for. You would have on yours what you envision. Again, as far as through the journey as well as after. I would say most surrogates prefer to be able to keep in contact, with intended parents after. So if that's something you're open to, they really enjoy to be able to see like photos of your family, that they helped to create. They want to see that, end result that they helped to create that for you.
I think a good question might be to ask your agency how they envision your journey going, what kind of journey you want to have. We try to make everything very personal from start to finish, whether it's the intended parents feeling supported, the egg donors feeling supported, the surrogates feeling supported. We want everyone to have a great experience and feel supported and just have it be personal and know that we have a direct involvement in every part of the journey, every aspect of it.
So that includes up until the baby's born?
And after.
Okay.
Yeah, and after. There's a lot of really great relationships that are formed within our team, within our surrogates, within the agency itself, in general.
Is it an outside escrow company as well?
Yes.
Psychologist,
Yes, we would be able to refer you to that as well.
and then fertility clinic is outside as well, right?
Correct.
So your role is really to help facilitate the meeting between the egg donor and the surrogate, and then guide them along.
Yes. Yep, yeah,
And
those.
other companies are kind of handling the other pieces.
Correct. Yeah, so we do all the facilitating of all the parts that are involved. Everyone probably already has, but we have bags that have our information in it, a brochure, business card, other goodies. So I don't know if anyone didn't get one. I'm happy to hand them out. The brochure has information on our agency fee, and also could direct you to our website if you're looking to receive additional information from us. We can email that over then, more in-depth, our questionnaires that we send out. So that's the profile that you create.
For your surrogates, like what percentage of them are accepted by your program? Or just a rough estimate?
About 20%.
From the back, about yeah, about 20%. So it is a very thorough screening process for them to even be accepted, and then go through, the other steps of obtaining all of her records, for every pregnancy and delivery, her PAP results, completing the psychological evaluation, the background check, all of that is done, prior.
And a lot of it too is just like the location of the surrogate. If she's not in a friendly state, then obviously we can't accept her. Maybe she's had too many C-sections, we can't accept her. More than 2 or 3, we can't accept. So BMI, state assistance, things like that would automatically disqualify a surrogate.
Anything else? Any more questions? No?
I don't know if you want to talk about your matching process as far as from your side. For your surrogacy.
So I'll just explain a little bit of my surrogacy journey. So I was matched because I needed help conceiving my children. I wanted to help another woman become a mother. And I was matched with a wonderful couple that are about an hour away from me, and we maintain a very close relationship. I had a baby girl about 4.5 years ago. And our match was just perfect from start to finish. I couldn't have even imagined picking a better couple, or having a better couple picked for me, I should say. But it was a great experience. I just felt very supported and loved through the whole journey.
Okay.
Yes? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're here until the end of the day, so feel free to stop by if you want to ask any further questions.